sit next to me, sweet thing. See if anyone even notices. We're not going to give them any context of what we're talking about.
I'm gonna love you till my lungs give out.
Hey weirdos. All right. We decided to do a part 2 of this video because you guys seemed to like the one that we did a couple weeks ago. But everyone seemed to really like the video. It helped a lot. You know, we got a lot of messages saying, you know, if we could do another one, answering different questions. And so we took to Twitter and asked you guys to send us more questions to answer and advice that you guys may need about something. We'll link the other video below if you guys want to watch the other one. We are just going to jump right into it and we're going to get started with the questions. Yeah. Is it okay to say you're one sexuality but realize you're actually the other? 100%. Yeah. Sexuality is fluid. You can be something one day or think that you identify in one way and then years later realize that maybe you didn't explore enough. Maybe you actually realize that you're not attracted to a specific gender, but you're attracted to a type of person. And that's okay too. It's not a one trick pony, you know? It's not just one time. You just have to say what you are and like, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you learn too as you go and like with experience and life and stuff. You know, it's not to say that people can't like say that they're gay or say that they're straight or say that they're trans or whatever and not mean it. But that's, you know,
sexuality and gender is continuing to grow as we progress forward. So I mean, there's so many different types of sexualities that come out, or there's people who identify as nothing. They don't want to identify as anything, and that's perfect too. So I mean, it's your life. You explore it the way you want to. You have relationships with people that you want to, and different types of genders, and or no genders if you don't identify with any gender. That's perfectly fine too. You know, just figure it out as you go.
Yeah, and don't feel bad for changing your mind.
Yeah, you don't live in a box, so why put yourself in one?
My family accepted me for being gay, but my mom is afraid my uncle and aunts won't. Who cares? Step 1 is coming out to yourself, and you've passed that. Step 2 is coming out to your family, realizing within yourself that some people aren't going to like it, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter. The fact that you have a bomb-ass mom that accepts you for being gay, that right there is more than enough. You know, I mean, you win some, you lose some, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not to say that you guys can't still have a relationship or, you know, whatever, and it can't change over time, them accepting you. But, you know, take it for a grain of salt because it sounds like you got a pretty cool mom.
What's the most important thing you've learned after high school? That high school is not important.
True.
That everything in high school is a joke. And I'm not talking about the education part. I mean, if you want to take that serious, but I mean like when you're in high school, you think that being popular is the most important thing, or that you have to, you know, be mean to be cool or anything. Just I like wish that someone would have told me back then that high school like doesn't matter at all. Like college, after you graduate high school, that's where your life like really begins, honestly.
It's 4 years out of
your
entire life.
Yeah. Jinx. You owe me a Zona. You owe me a kiss.
If I've already come out as a lesbian to everyone, but then realize I'm actually trans, what do I do?
Then you're a human being. And like we said in the beginning, you know, sexuality and gender is gonna
as fluid as you
want it to be. Gonna continue to change, and if you one day realize, you know, maybe I actually am not a lesbian and I'm trans, that's completely fine. You can be who you want to be. That's your life.
Yeah, be who you feel like you are. That's the worst thing that you can do to yourself, is to stay stuck in a pigeonholed label or box of being one thing and realizing that you're not. So I mean, do you.
Yeah, you only get this one life, so live it as authentically as you can. Okay, I came out to my parents a few months back, but I still feel like I can't talk to them about it. Any advice? one of you has to start the conversation. So
Yeah.
you just have to figure out who that is.
And after the first conversation, then the second conversation gets easier, and the third.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know,
Your dad is making jokes about sex with you.
yeah. Thanks, Dad.
That's Dad. I'm going to college this summer, but I'm worried about making friends. Help. Join a group.
Yeah.
Of people. Join a sports team. Sit with someone at the library when you're studying.
Yeah.
There's
Sit
so
with
many.
someone in the dining hall that you have no idea who they are.
There's so many ways to make friends, and here's the thing: everyone is new at college once, so everyone probably feels the exact same way as you. I mean, you're not gonna make friends unless you talk to someone.
Yeah. You're not gonna make friends in the comfort of your dorm or apartment or home.
So get out there and have fun.
Just
And
go up to people.
Yeah.
Ask them questions.
Who cares? If they don't like you, then they don't like you. You can't change that. Great conversation pieces. Where are you from? What are you studying in college? What's your sexuality? Great conversation pieces.
Yeah. Have you read any good books lately?
Yeah. Do you watch Orange is the New Black? We're just giving you some advice here.
Exactly.
And if they don't watch Orange is the New Black, then you probably shouldn't be their friend.
True.
Just saying.
True.
Okay, I was in a relationship for a little while and fell in love, but now I just don't feel like it's right. She wants me back. She wants to get back together, but I don't think it's right. What should I do?
Well, the very obvious answer here is don't get back together with the person.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, is that each one of us in relationships and friendships, we have the ability to walk away. If something no longer fits a need that you have for it, if you're no longer in love with someone, if you no longer feel that a friendship is being mutually beneficial, same with a relationship, if it's not mutually beneficial, you have the option always to walk away.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's either you're gonna do it now, or you're gonna let the relationship progress, and one person is gonna be a lot more attracted to or feel more in love, and then that's just gonna hurt them in the long run. So
yeah,
I mean, nip it in the butt while you can.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, and no one wants to be on either end of that. But at the same time, it's like you yourself have to do what's right for you yourself. And if you no longer feel that a relationship is what you want with a certain person, or a friendship is no longer what you want with a certain person, walk away from it and know that that's okay. My mom's been asking me if I'm gay, but I'm afraid to say yes because she's super against it. Do I just break down and tell her?
It kind of seems like she probably knows already. Maybe she realizes, oh wait, like I've been so against it for so long, but my own child is gay, so maybe I need to, you know, feel.
Maybe you coming out to her would open her eyes. You know, like we've said in other videos, like we aren't in the positions that you guys are in. Both of our coming out was very positive. But I mean, maybe she's asking because, you know, like you said, like she already knows, and maybe she's just looking for that way of like, maybe her asking you is basically her way of like hoping that you're gonna say yes so that she can let you know how she actually feels.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can assume that someone is completely homophobic. I mean, I've done that in the past with friends who were super religious, and come to find out, they weren't. They weren't homophobic at all. They were actually one of the most supportive people I've ever met. So, I mean,
you honestly never know.
Yeah, you never
know
judge a book by its cover. So, she could have been super homophobic at one point, but now she realizes my daughter's gay, and now she has to accept it. How do you get over people staring at you when shopping in the men's section? I think, honestly, you just have to not focus on it, not give a flying fuck. What? Who cares? Like, I shop in the men's section, and there are times that I really like a man's shirt, and you do it too. I mean, like,
hell yeah.
Who cares? I mean, nowadays, clothing has no gender. So if you want to shop in the men's section, it probably just means that it fits you better than in the women's section.
Yeah, and the thing is that like men do the same exact thing.
How do you explain being gay to kids?
That kids don't even need explaining to. Like nowadays, it's so, you gotta remember the generations that are little now and that have been born in, you know, the
2000s.
Yeah. They've grown up in a time where they have seen and
know more gay people
Yeah.
than
And
we
see
did.
it being more and more accepting,
Mhm.
and see people like celebrate it more and more.
Mhm.
That it's almost like, you know, it doesn't faze them,
Mm-mm.
which is kind of like really amazing.
Yeah.
Like a little kid isn't looking at someone and looking at two girls or two guys holding hands and being like, oh, that's gross. They're looking at like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Like,
They're so in love. That's
yeah,
so
they're
cute.
holding hands. Like,
They just, kids see love. They don't really see gay
Yeah.
or straight.
yeah.
Should we ask if we think they might be gay, bi, transgender, etc.? This is from a parent.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like
I think the first thing that you can do is tell your kids, like, no matter who you are, I am gonna love you and I'm gonna accept you. And I mean, they may know that already, or they may not know that. So
Yeah.
you need to open that line of communication and being like, I support you. If there's
Yeah.
anything that you want to tell me, I am here to listen and I'm here
Yeah.
to support you. And you know, you don't have to go through this alone.
Yeah,
So I think
start the
that's-
dialogue.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
And as a parent, you are always looking, you always have your child's best interest at heart.
Mhm.
So ask the questions that you think that they're wanting to tell you, but afraid to tell you.
Mhm.
So yeah.
What can we do to support them and protect them from hatred? I mean, nowadays when they walk out of the door and they're not in your arms anymore, like, this might happen. But
Nowadays they're not with technology anyways.
yeah,
But
I mean, let them know that, like, when they come back home, that is a safe place. You know,
Yeah.
the world might be ugly to them, but you know, they do have their family and
Yeah.
their close friends that are going to be there when other people aren't.
yeah, let them know that home is someplace that they should never fear being themselves,
Mhm.
and that in fact that's the one place that they are more than welcome to be who they are, whoever that is.
Mm-hmm. Best way to help them discover who they are in the best way possible if they feel confused. Prides are
Yeah.
a great way to do that. Or there's so many organizations. I mean, there's the LGBTQ community, probably in your city, probably close to, you know, your city.
Yeah.
There's so many different things nowadays going on. All it takes is like going on the computer and Googling some sort of LGBTQ
Yeah.
plus event going on in the area and
Yeah.
taking them along with you. I mean, that's one way to be like, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
You don't have to go alone. You don't have to go with just your friends. Like, I want to go with you. I want to figure
Yeah.
out what this is. I mean, that might help them figure out who they are. It might not. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
just like we said, sexuality is fluid,
Yeah.
and so is gender. So
Yeah, and as a parent, you know, especially like there's like PFLAG and stuff that like you can learn more information on and kind of get help with conversation starters and what questions to ask and what questions, you know, and what to advise your children of. Because here's the thing, parents, is that, you know, gay sex is not being addressed in schools.
Mm-mm. And I mean, it's gonna be uncomfortable no matter what. I mean,
Yeah.
it's straight kids. It's uncomfortable, but
regardless, you know, you need to know and have these conversations with your child of the LGBT community because they're not being had anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's how we get better as a community, is to make sure that like the knowledge is there. Like kids need that knowledge.
Yeah.
100%. And if you can find it and give it to them in the best way possible, that only a parent can. I mean, it's gonna be awkward, but what birds and bees conversation isn't?
yeah,
You know?
yeah. And the more the lines of communication that are open between you and like your child,
Yeah.
the less they're gonna hide from you.
Yeah.
Because
And the
I
more
mean,
comfortable they're gonna feel.
Yeah. And I mean, as a parent, your only job the day they're born is to love them unconditionally. I don't even have kids.
I
don't even
know.
have kids.
We're gonna be bomb parents.
I know.
We're gonna be so good.
We're parenting. We're parenting the parents.
Parenting the parents. There we go.
All right. Anyways, that is this video. We hope that you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Parents, kids, people,
Talk.
yeah. We hope that this was really informative. If your parents aren't supportive, make them watch this video. If your friends aren't supportive, make them watch this video. If you have a friend that needs help, make them watch this video. So share it. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it, please, and share it because it may help someone. It may save a life. We don't know. What else should they do?
Subscribe because we put out new videos every Monday and Thursday.
We love you guys. But don't make it weird.
Always make it weird. Watch us if you gay.